All right, so we have already talked about B, A, and G. And we know that our left hand is on the top to play B, A, and G, and so we'll use our thumb and our first finger to play B, our thumb, first finger, and second finger to play A, and then our thumb, first finger, and second finger, and third finger to play G. Now you have to add your right hand in order to play E. So anything that is below G, and I'll just make a little mark so that we know, anything that is below G, you need to use your right hand for. Right hand. Okay, so we've got our three fingers here for G. To play E, what we need to do is add not just our first finger on our right hand, which would be 4, but we also have to add our middle finger on the right hand to make 5. So all together you're going to have 1, 2, 3 of your left hand and then the first 2 fingers of your right hand to make 5 fingers total to play E. So here is what E sounds like. What I want you to think about too is that it's going to be a little tricky to play from G 3 fingers to E having all of these fingers on the keys. You're going to have to practice that over and over and over and over in order to be able to do it properly. And I guarantee you that you're going to find some frustration at the beginning not covering holes 4 and 5 all the way. So make sure you're keeping track of that. You might also find that your thumb starts to slip, so you need to make sure that you're really conscious about making sure everything on your left hand is covered too, plus that right hand. So if you look over at the top here, you'll see that we've got a new note E. E is on the very bottom line of the treble clef, at least low E is, because remember there are actually 2 E's on our staff, one down here on the low end and one up on the high end. We're just focusing on the low today. And on this very first exercise, you've got half notes, quarter notes, and whole rests because we are in 4/4 time. Just like as usual, I suggest reading the rhythms first, then thinking the notes while playing with using your fingers, and then finally adding the sound to it. I'm just going to play through exercise number 1 just to get us started here. So this is what exercise 1 will sound like. Ready? And here I go. Rest, 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 rest. So there's exercise 1. You'll notice exercise 2 has the skips that we've been talking about before. So we've got a skip from a line to a line from E to G. This is where that tricky section is going to come in handy. So you're going to have to think it through. I'm going to play it for you. Again, read the rhythms first, then go back, think through the notes, and practice your fingers only, not even playing, just fingers, and then go back and play the whole thing. I'm going to speed the process along and just show you what it'll sound like. Ready? And here I go. There we go. So there's exercise 2. Again, I'm just going to show you what exercise 3 will sound like because there are steps, there are skips, and actually there's a leap here from this line to this to the third line because we've gone past just skipping up to the next line. We've jumped over many lines and spaces to get there. So I'm going to play it for you just so you know what it sounds like. Ready? And here I go. Rest. Rest. There's exercise 3. Remember, your left hand is on top. You're adding your right hand on the bottom now. You need to use a gentle breath, not trying to blow out candles, but instead trying to fog up a window. And don't forget to articulate 2, 2, 2 between those pitches. It's okay to get frustrated with this one. It might take you a little longer. Take your time. It's better to move slowly and do it at your own pace than to try to rush through it and have to keep going back and feeling frustrated that you have to keep going back because you weren't quite there yet. So take your time and let yourself really get used to it. Happy practicing!